Hey everybody, Ryan here at etrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the CURT Trailer Hitch receiver on our 2011 Jeep Wrangler. One of the things I really like about this hitch is that it's going to stick out a good ways past your bumper. That's going to help with clearance. So if you're using any folding accessories, you really shouldn't have any issues with them hitting your spare tire. Now this is a class 3 hitch, so it's going to utilize that 2" by 2" receiver tube opening. And it's also going to have a reinforced collar for extra strength. It is going to use the standard size 5/8 pin hole. Now a pin and clip does not come included with the hitch, but if you need one, you can pick it up at etrailer.com. It's also going to have a plate style safety chain openings, which they do sit pretty much flush with the bumper. That way you shouldn't have much trouble getting just about any hook on it. Now as far as the hitch's weight capacities go, it's going to have a 350-pound maximum gross tongue weight rating, which that's going to be the amount of weight pushing down on the hitch. It's going to have a 3,500-pound maximum gross trailer weight rating, which that's going to be the amount of weight pulling on the hitch. So the weight of your trailer plus anything you might have on it. Now this hitch can be used with a weight distribution system, and if you are using one, the maximum gross tongue weight rating goes up to 400 pounds, and the maximum gross trailer weight rating goes up to 4,000 pounds. But it is always a good idea to check with your Jeep's owner's manual to make sure your Jeep can pull that much weight. Now I'm going to give you a couple of measurements. These are going to help you when deciding which hitch-mounted accessories to use. From the ground to the top inside edge of the receiver tube opening is about 19.5 inches. You're going to use that measurement to figure out if you need to get a ball mount with either a drop or a rise. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outside edge of our spare tire, that's about 7 inches. You're going to use that measurement to figure out if any of your folding accessories can be stored in the upright position without making contact with the spare tire. And finally, from the center of the hitch pin hole to the edge of our rear bumper, that's about 1 inch. Now that we've gone over some of the features, let's go ahead and install the hitch together. To begin our installation, I'd like to point out where our attachment points are going to be to hold our hitch up into place. There's going to be a square tube right behind our back bumper. There's going to be 4 holes in it. There, 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 and there. Those are going to be our attachment points. Before we put our hitch up, to take one of the bolts that's included with the hitch and just run it through the square tube to make sure that it goes all the way through freely. If it doesn't and gets hung up, it's a good idea to take a 1/2 inch drill bit and just run it through to clean that hole up a little bit. Now we can go ahead and put our hitch into place. It's just going to slide right over this square tube. Now make sure that the holes in the hitch line up with the holes in the tube. Once you have it lined up, you can take a bolt and slide it all the way through. Now the hardware that we're going to use is our bolt and just a flat washer. So put the flat washer on your bolt before you put it in through the hitch. And then on the other side of it, we're going to use a flange nut. Now I personally like to put all the bolts through first before we put the nuts on. That way the hitch will hold itself up. Now to get our nuts on, we don't have a whole lot of room in here. So what I like to do is actually pull our bolt back to get the end of it flush with the hitch. And then a trick I found that makes it a little easier is to take our nut and actually put it in a 3/4 inch box wrench, and then just use a piece of packing tape to tape it to the wrench. That way it'll stay in there. And then what we can do is actually slide the nut up and line it up with our bolt and hold it into place while we thread our bolt into it. And once it's hand tight, you simply just pull your wrench down. And we can do that same procedure for the rest of them. Now with all of our hardware hand tight, we can go ahead and snug it all down. I'm going to use a 3/4 inch box wrench on this side and a 3/4 inch ratcheting wrench on this side. Now using a torque wrench, we can torque all of our hardware down to specification. You can find that torque spec in your instructions. And that'll do it for our look at and installation of the CURT trailer hitch receiver on our 2011 Jeep Wrangler.